Hello, this is Tom Cloud with this week's Precious Metals Market Update. What a start to the week after we talked last week about the two things that could happen in the Greece situation and then the numbers coming out for the U.S. economy also. First of all, we had huge disappointing numbers from the United States GDP first quarter. Some people had forecasted as high as a 4% growth rate that the American economy was growing. And now we're seeing it's going to be 1.1% growth rate for the first quarter. But once again, it's always fake numbers trying to lead you into spending money when you don't need to be spending it, telling you things are improving when they're not improving. But this has been the game. It goes on every quarter. They start out with these big predictions of how much the economy is going to grow, and then it doesn't grow anywhere near that amount. So now the FOMC, the Federal Open Market Committee, starts their meeting on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, Yellen will come out and make a statement. It won't be a speech, it'll just be a statement. But certainly now we know the economy is growing at a slow rate, so the chances of interest rates going up in June are nearly impossible. And yet, 2 months ago, we were almost positive they were going to go up. So you just have to watch these things. But I would be surprised if we even get a rise this year in interest rates by the Fed, but at some point they're going to have to raise the rates to save face. They've now said for 18 months, we're going to raise rates, and the economy has not backed them up, so they haven't raised rates. So just be on the lookout for that. And then next is the main thing we talked about last week was the Greek situation, and like I said, 2/3 still think there's going to be a lot of talk, but when it's all said and done, they're going to give in. They're going to roll their debt over. They're not going to leave the EU, and it's going to be the same old, same old. And that's what we're looking at in Greece as the discontent among the citizens of Greece is outstanding. I mean, they are really perturbed about the situation. Nothing's being done, but they don't want to give up their pensions and have their pensions cut. So they're locked in a place where they almost have to back rollover of debt. And now we're seeing China, in the big news over the weekend, starting to monetize their debt like the U.S. did their debt. In other words, we're getting more parity as these two currencies, jockey for position to be the two major currencies in the fall. A lot of you have called in, and we've sent you a copy of the billboards in China with a new go-back currency expected to be out sometime between September of this year and March of next year. But they're already advertising the gold currency. We're seeing the new basket of currencies coming out, how a dollar is judged in September, October timeframe again, which is going to be very detrimental to the U.S. dollar. All this is going to come under the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. So for all of you out there that are the technical traders, as I record this on Monday afternoon, gold is up over $25. It still needs to get above $12.24. It's up to like $12.08. It still needs to break above $12.24 to where you'll see a quick move to $1,300, and gold support still stays around $11.80, where it's had a triple bottom and nearly a quadruple bottom last week. But gold stays in a narrow trading range, but certainly we've had a great movement up based on the news coming out of Greece and the potential GDP numbers being so low for the first quarters after we were led to believe they were going to be 4% by the government. Let me look quickly here and see if I covered everything I wanted to cover. Everything except the J.P. Morgan heavy buying of silver last week. We got a lot of emails about it. It's interesting. You'll see someone like J.P. Morgan shorting silver to try to keep the price down, but spending their own money buying millions of ounces of silver, knowing the shortage of silver that's right around the corner. So as long as they can short it and not have to put any money in, but just use leverage to push the price down. And then when they buy it in the physical market. This could continue a little longer. But the point is, big money, as I've told you before, we've seen more $2 million silver deals being priced in the last 3 weeks than I've seen in the past year. Big money is moving in or is going to move into silver in the near future. I continue to tell you with silver $2.50 below mining cost currently, spot silver is around $16.50 and the mining cost is around $19. We will see that adjustment back in the next 2 or 3 months to $19. So there's still a 15 to 20% profit window there if we're right, and we think we will be right. So silver continues to be a screaming buy. We've also had a big day in platinum and palladium coming up, and palladium's getting back in that 780 something range as we look to still take out 800 sometime in the near future, especially if the car numbers coming out later this week show growth in car sales. We could see $800 palladium on the near term rather than the long term. So hope this got you updated. If any of you have any questions, you can reach us at 800-247-2812. That's 800-247-2812. If you're not getting our email blast, you can sign up at those at ftmdaily.com. Go to the Precious Metals button, and we send out a couple interesting articles a week, new pricing, sales signals, buy signals. They're free, and we don't, your name is completely confidential in our base. We don't share our contacts with anyone. So, and if you're interested in a IRA, self-directed precious metal IRA, we can help you set that up. So just give us a call. Till next week, this is Tom Cloud signing out.